So welcome back to DC Silver Age Storytime, and today's story comes from Action Comics number 264, published in May 1960 with story by Otto Binder and art by Wayne Boring. Perry, Lois, you must believe me. I know I look like a monster, but I really am. I'm really Superman. Don't let him trick us, Lois. He's that super Frankenstein creature known as Bizarro. Yeah, if you're trying to convince people you're not Bizarro, maybe don't smash at the desk. Far out in space, one fateful day, Superman comes upon an amazing world of bizarros where all the men are imperfect imitations of him and all the girls are distorted doubles of Lois Lane. All these things are run crazily by these unreasoning creatures, and as a result, their mad logic, the Man of Steel finds himself fated to become the Superman Bizarro. So we get a recap of the previous story where Superman discovers this whole planet of bizarros, and he repairs a house because he feels sorry for them, and this turns out to be a crime. And so he is arrested because he created something perfect and taken to court and convicted. And his punishment is to have a ray that will give him the appearance of being a Bizarro, although his mind will be the same. Wait, is new day called Bizarro holiday. Me grant you reprieve till next week. Court adjourned. So he gets lucky, but he's put into solitary confinement and is guarded by a prisoner with a super ray, or non-super ray, that would take away his powers permanently. The Bizarros somehow have an amazing ability to create incredible weapons and inventions. So he has a dream of it happening where he is changed and given the appearance of a Bizarro. You paid penalty, Superman. Now you are a Bizarro like us. Look, girls all love you now. You look right now, Superman. Me will marry you. Me. I have an appointment, girls. So he flies back to Earth, where he goes into his Fortress of Solitude and puts on a mask and gloves to give the appearance that he looks normal. Hi, Superman. What took you so long? After I got rid of that radioactive asteroid, I visited a strange space city. I wish I hadn't. So he goes back to his apartment and congratulates his robot on doing a fine job of giving the impression that he's still there. So apparently the robot was actually a pretty good writer. Now, again, this is all him just dreaming, so none of it's actually happening. So he's helping out on an assignment with this experimental rocket called the Superman 16 in his honor. But I lost control just as I turned my rocket engine on. I'll have to use my ejection capsule. He'll be safe if his parachute opens. But the F-16 is diving for a crash. The explosion of its fuel will wreck a town below. I'll take over the controls. But it explodes and blows off his costume. Why, that's not Superman. It's Bizarro. Great Scott, my mask and gloves were blown to shreds. My secret is out. So they think that it's Bizarro and start to shoot at him. Bizarro is still invulnerable to bullets, but keep firing at him. Maybe he'll take the hint and go. I will. Perhaps others will believe my story. But everyone is frightened of Superman now that he looks like Bizarro. Go away, you ugly monster. You're not welcome on Earth. Please, won't anyone listen? Choke. So he goes back to the Daily Planet, and they are also suspicious of him. But Jimmy Olsen uses his signal watch to call Superman to see if Superman will come. When he doesn't see, Superman says, see, nobody else came. That proves I'm the real Superman. No, it doesn't. It only means that you previously found kryptonite and killed Superman with it. You Bizarro, you were always immune to kryptonite. So he ends up getting locked up again. He says, on Earth this time, I'm accused of my own murder. It's against my code to resist the law. Yeah, he talked about this in the previous story, which seems like a really bad idea. That he says that he must always submit to authority. Okay. You can only be acquitted by producing the real Superman alive, which doesn't make sense. But how can I when I'm Superman? The irony, the jury here on Earth will probably find me guilty of murdering Superman. So he finally wakes up, Follow me, you prisoners. Follow me. You prisoners must entertain crowd at arena for Bizarro holiday celebration. This is where the story gets really weird. So he is put into this competition. Listen, people of our ugly world, us proudly present super fight between Superman and four Bizarro prisoners. Winner will get special prison privilege. Obey rules, Superman. Superman must use his superpowers, but once, uh, but e- but each one only once. He must destroy weapons of Bizarros without any harm to his own sword. Yipes! Their weapons are all hard steel, while mine is soft lead, which bends. So this is really weird. So he's getting attacked by this Bizarro with a huge sword. Well, he's got a flimsy lead sword, and he uses his X-ray vision to melt that sword, and then swallows his own sword to protect it. Then he withdraws it, and this calls for super breath to super cool my leaden sword. Anything super frozen becomes hard past the point of being brittle. Is that true? I don't know. And he chops this guy's spear in half. I used the heat of my X-ray vision to unfreeze my sword. Then I bent it into a boomerang shape. Now to hurl it towards the bow. And now I thought the whole point was he couldn't damage his own sword, but he just bent it. Um, since the bowstring apart, or slice the bowstring apart, he can't shoot his arrow now. I didn't use my X-ray vision because the rules forbid me using the same power twice. And there's, I'm sure, a stickler for rules. One of the Bizarros runs at him, and he ends up crumpling his sword, which I guess he straightened back out. So he goes to straighten his out, but the time is up, and he gets the thumbs down. The crowd gave me the old Roman sign of being the loser, but why are they cheering me? 'Cause you is winner, Superman. This sign would mean you be loser. Thumbs up. Great Scott, it's the opposite of Earth. But still, how could I have won? My weapon was supposed to remain unharmed. Yes, but your sword had perfect shape before you made it imperfect. So he gets his reward, which is to move up his sentencing. Huh? Becoming a Bizarro sooner is supposed to make me happy? So all of that whole sequence was pointless. Psst, I'm not the original Lois Bizarro from Earth. This is a false medallion. You'll notice I talk like you, Superman. Then you came out of the imitator machine as a freak who thinks like Earth people. So she's going to help Superman, but it is yet again a failure as Lois Lane #1 shows up. Oh no, by chance the original Lois Bizarro came to the Watchtower, and now she's going to be executed. Not being invulnerable, my Lois friend will die. She sacrificed herself for me. Poor girl. So he's finally taken to his sentencing. I won't die like the prisoner Lois. Well, I guess she's dead. But next time the sun rises, I'll have been changed into an ugly Bizarro, as in my dream. I just thought of a way to save myself. So he tells them, Judge, stop the execution. I can present evidence that will make you free me. So the judge gives him the opportunity, and he's going to show them one perfect thing. And tosses a satellite through the roof. Now, judge and jury members, you can use your telescopic vision and see the nose cone split open. In a second, the satellite I made will split open, and I will transmit TV pictures of your world seen from space. And so they're all stunned to find out, oh, their world is perfect, perfectly round. Me tear up anti-perfect law, or us would all go to jail. They're freeing my... Okay, so actually they did free his Bizarro friend, Lois Bizarro. Since she only helped an innocent man, now I can leave this mad world. And he decides to do them a favor and takes this... he becomes a bulldozer of steel and carves the planet into a square. There, now their planet is no longer round and perfect. Now, I can't see any way where he could carve it into a square without destroying every city on the planet, but I guess we're not supposed to think of that. Us happy, now us got nice square world. Hi, Superman, welcome back after your space job. Whew, I don't have an ugly Bizarro face to hide. I'm not feared as a monster. Lois, please, Superman asked me to write up his adventure on the Bizarro world. That radio music is distracting me. Shame on you. Aren't you hep to the latest rock and roll, Clark? I suppose you want something soft and dreamy like this. You're a square. Uh, Maybe I am. The only thing that squared this square with the Bizarros was remembering that the world was round. Okay. I love the Bizarro stories, so it was a good one. I had fun. And we'll see lots more of Bizarro coming up.